Somebody in the chat said Method Man is super overrated. How so?
Slap.
That I've never heard. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Slap.
ho. How is Method Man overrated? How
Slap.
so?
All I'm saying is, ain't no Fab talk. Like Conway better than Fab, fam. Like I'm sorry. Like I don't hate to be one to break it to you.
You
Like
know,
From a King to a God is better than anything Fab ever did album wise. I'm sorry.
whoever said that
He ain't got
probably
no juvenile hell on no Fab album. Where Fab Jesus Crisis at? On record, on the album. Where his Jesus Crisis at, Mike?
Mad Max of the super chat says Soul Tapes is I'm sorry, Soul Tapes ripped to the competition. Fab is a mixtape legend. He said, "Oh yeah, Soul Tapes, R.I.P. to the competition.
He can
Fab
rap
is
with
a
Fab.
mixtape
I'm saying,
legend."
if you ask Fab for a verse,
Cuffing
yeah.
season, Fab went off. He did go off on cuffing season.
Fab
Listen,
nice. Fab be going off. Fab not better than Conway. I'm sorry.
I'm
Like I hate to be the one
still
to break it to like the people in the city. Hate to be the one to break it to the people in the city.
I'm still stuck on this. Method Man is overrated. Oh, it said underrated, not
Okay, there we go. They
overrated.
smoking crack, Mike.
No,
People
that's
got
not
you
the
to
same
smoking crack.
person that said that. Listen, whoever
Okay.
said that though, you must think that Eminem's a better rapper than Method Man, huh? You know, it's funny, man. Everybody kept sending me the Melle thing or whatever, and shout out to Melle, legendary MC, one of the greatest ever, the first greatest MC we had, him and Cass, right?
It's Melly.
And the fact that, yeah, I agree. And the fact that Melle went out here and said that Eminem's only top five because he's white. I mean, I'm glad it rings true for people when a legend says it. But hey,
I mean,
whatever.
Mike, we've already said Kanye's name in this episode, so I figure we just take the rest of our viewership money. Go ahead and say Eminem a couple times. Take the rest of the money away.
You know, I just can't mention the color of his skin. I'll just say Eminem. But yeah, I mean, it's he brought up Royce, and I think he made some pretty fair points.
No, I thought that was problematic.
I think that
I thought that was problematic how he brought up Royce, but whatever.
Royce wasn't in the top 50. Why? Royce put in work. You know what I mean? Like,
Lupe ain't make the top 50 either.
yeah, but he's not joining at the hip with somebody who's in the top five either, and
I
trading
don't think that.
bars with somebody who's in that top five, and everybody knows him. And everybody knows that. Do you think Eminem's that much better than Royce as an MC? Like,
I
real
think
question.
Royce is actually a better overall MC because of what he brings to the table, subject matter and content wise, with stuff like the allegory. But that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
Because Lupe waxed that ass, and we haven't heard an album since. So that really needs to be. And I personally came on here and told everybody live that Lupe didn't want to do that with Royce, and then Royce made me look real bad, but he made himself look worse. So
And I want to note that I took the other side. I was like, no,
no,
I
no, no,
got
no.
Lupe
You
on
told me
this.
that I was tripping. I very vividly. You're like Coop. You were like Coop. You sure? I'm like, yeah, nigga. I'm sure everything's okay over here. I got Royce.
I was like, nah, man. I had some inside
You're like, you don't want to
information.
do that. I
Nope.
think that's probably why Lupe don't like me. That's the shit that he heard. Damn all the Twitter stuff. He probably heard me say that. He was like, oh, you picked that nigga over me. Fuck that nigga too. Right. No. I be like that too, Mike, because like I'm still an MC at heart. I'm competitive. Like if I hear somebody say something even sounds like our shit, I'd be like, man, fuck that nigga.
LP said, Coop's like the cow. Mike's like talking about milk and white people. Eminem. No. People wanted me to address this Melle thing. I don't know what else to say. I mean, Melle
I don't know what else
said,
to say about what happened to Royce. So ain't gonna be no top 50 when you just no.
well, I mean, and somebody's bringing up the fact that Mickey Fax cooked them too. Yeah, but and I remember somebody in the comment section was like, "Well, why did y'all bring Eminem in it? Like he was supposed to defend
That
Royce."
was you, Mike.
No, I said that,
You
but
did insert. That's
I
you
did
again.
insert him in there. But you know why? Because
No, I don't know why, Mike.
anytime, who defends Eminem at any given point first? Like anytime anybody says anything about Eminem, Royce is first to jump up and defend Eminem. Is he not? Can he not get that same?
Listen to me. That's like it's different when your man in the hood puts you on. All right? Listen to what I'm saying. So, like, check this out, Mike. Remember when I was in Madison Square Garden and I did like this little thing? I was talking about all the love I was getting and how I didn't appreciate I wasn't getting love back home. The nigga who taught me how to rhyme, like nigga Adriel. He from the west side of Charlotte. Adriel and his group, the Queen City Kings, they were the first niggas from the west side of Charlotte. They had a distribution deal with Def Jam. He sent me a message. He was like, Coop, I love you, brother. It's like, oh, that's all I needed to hear. You feel what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you just need to hear it from like, yo, nigga, like that nigga. It's like, oh no, the nigga that taught me how to rhyme was like, no, Coop, I see you, I love you. That's like, so when Adriel or my man Tizai, they from my block, they taught me how to rhyme. When they say it, it's different. So it's like, if a nigga ever says anything about them, we have a motherfucking problem out here. You understand what I'm saying?
But
like
I'm
if
sure
anybody says anything about the guys that put me on, we have a problem. That's how we roll.
But I'm sure.
Way, no. Listen to what I'm saying, because it works in reverse. Just the same way it's like, oh, well, I was looking for love. Oh, the first person that pulled me up was the nigga that showed me how to rap. Nigga Adriel's in my comments like, nah, nigga, I love you. You get what I'm saying? And so that's the way Royce rides. That's how you ride when you from the hood. Now, why Eminem's not riding back? Oh, I don't know, but that's how it's supposed to go. Yeah.
And that's the part I don't understand. Like, you know, like I said, I get everything you're saying. But if you know somebody's riding for you like that, even if that's not really in you like that, you see somebody getting beat up that's always jumping to defend you.
No.
You don't
sometimes,
jump out.
Listen, Mike. Sometimes niggas got to remind you. I didn't even know the nigga Adriel was even watching the show like that until he told me that he loved me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's my nigga. Like, how about this? That's the nigga that put me on the It Was Written and Reasonable Doubt. I didn't have no money. Adriel did. Adriel's the one that used to let me listen to his CD when he was done. He's the one that was telling me, it's like, oh no, nigga, you got to put these shit in the bars. Like, nigga, Adriel was rapping in 16 bars before the rest of the hood even knew what bars was. Like, that's how Royce looks at M. And so sometimes it's like the OG just got to call you back out and let you know that he's there. Sometimes that happens behind the scene. Like, the nigga sent me a message behind the scene. He's like, no, fuck that. I love you. It's like, oh, okay, that's different. My nigga still, my nigga that taught me how to rhyme, he got me. I'm good. I'm not paying attention to the rest of these niggas. So there might have been some behind the scene, Mike.
So you think M is Royce's OG?
To a lot of ways, the same way Adriel and like Tizai is my OG. Like, nigga, Tizai went through some things and we had a conversation. It's like, oh, no. As long as I'm here, you here. Like, it's whatever. So that's that behind the scenes stuff. It's like, I be telling you, it's like when I'm repping according to hip hop, it's like, well, I'm not just repping according to hip hop. It's like, no, I'm repping like West Boulevard, Beatty's Ford Road, Tuckasegee, my cousin Mario, my cousin Mark, Adriel, Tizai, Tremaine. No. The niggas that like indulged all my shit, the twins, boo boo. No. It's like the whole hood with me. And so it's like, some people take that mentality with them and some people don't.
Yeah.
And it's like, so what you're seeing from Royce is just the mentality that you love to see from a guy taking it with you. I'm not going to fault him for that. I do the same thing.
I don't fault him for that.
Every day when I pull up here, does it need to be reciprocated, Mike? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Like Adriel pulling up in my comments while I was in Madison Square Garden, that meant everything to me. He's from Tuckasegee. That's West Side Charlotte. So when a nigga take time, like, yeah, it means something. So M should, yeah.
Yeah. Mad Max in the super chat says, and I wasn't even saying that Fab is Hov. I'm saying that we view Fab like our Hov type of guy who used to be in touch with current events. Oh, okay, I got you. From a punchline standpoint. Computer Blue, the super chat says, if Eminem was black, he would be Hobson. That's accurate, man. Or I don't even want to put names out there. I'm just reading the super chats. But again, needless to say,
we're already getting flagged losing money.
I think Melle Melle
losing money for talking about Eminem and Kanye in the same episode.
Right. I think Melle Melle made some good points, and I think that if we're going to lean on the fact that anytime anybody refutes where he should be placed, and we're always going to lean to the legends that have co-signed him, well, we need to also document these things as well. That's all I'm saying. Because he's a legend of legends.
How about this? And this is something for the camp to think about, too. Is it like, you know, since we're having this talk and Nas was just in the garden, it's very, very clear to me, Mike, why It Was Written got made. Because the notoriety at some point needs to match the talent. Shay is nice, Mike.
She is.
She is nice. I don't
understand, man.
I don't hear a woman rapping. I hear a great MC. I want her catalog and her career to reflect that.
I
And if
agree
she
with
got
you.
to and if she got to lose some core hardcore hip hop fans to ascend, well then so be it. Cause she's nice. And I don't want to be arguing in 10 years, be like, yo, I used to do according to hip hop. I used to talk about this artist Shade Noir. Now that motherfucker's nice one. They'd be like, where her no time at or her lost ones? I'd be like, damn, you sound like me in fucking 2022. Never mind.
You know, I think that, and I hate using the term potential like she's not already there. She has the hunger. The
You can hear it, man.
I hear the versatility. She has a story. She
You
really
can
puts me in
hear
the
it.
mind of Beanie Siegel in that way. Like you feel the shit. Scarface, she's one of those, and
But this is what I mean. She fluid enough, Mike, that it's like, no,
yeah,
let her go work with somebody like a Timbaland, a
really,
Neptunes. Yes.
you think so? I
I'm
think the
telling you,
era
she's nice.
of
When you're nice, you're nice. Do you remember when Beanie Siegel did In the Club, Mike?
I do.
That's what I'm talking about. No, she can do that, Mike.
I'm gonna say this, and I say
She
this
can do that.
respectfully. I think the era of people getting Timberland and Neptune beats is over, but I do think that Murder Beats. I think that Metro. You know what I'm saying? Guys like that. I think that
First of all, you can still
Hit
get a
Boy.
Pharrell beat. You can still get a Pharrell beat.
When's
That's
the
not
last
true.
Pharrell beat that worked?
All over Pusha T's album.
Well,
Brambleton,
you know
Let the
that's
Smokers
different.
Shine the
I'm
Truth.
talking about for an artist that doesn't have a long history with them. But you're right though. But I'm talking about for somebody who's never worked with them like that.
Well, I mean, when I'm not even stressing the producer as much as I'm stressing the sound and how talented the artist is to let it reflect that. And so I'm going to go back to It Was Written again. It's like, you know, that album is all street except for Street Dreams and If I Ruled the World. You know, the rest of the album street, right? I Gave You
Pretty
Power.
much.
Watch Them Niggas. Listen to the titles, Mike. Silent Murder. Watch Them Niggas. Take It in Blood. The Set Out. Shootouts. Suspect. Live nigga rap. Does it sound like some happy shit going on or some rap shit going on?
That's
But
some
they
rap
gave
shit
him
going on.
room. They gave him room to expand. And all I'm saying is that like now I understand the room to expand and why these artists are doing it. Because it's like, if not, you're gonna get pigeonholed into a career where they like, well, you never sold no records.
Well, you know
You
who's
never
the
made these
perfect
songs.
median?
You never did this. You never did that. And it's like, well, you're capable of it.
Well, you know who the perfect median is in today's time that I think that would be great for her to work with. If you want to mention the Pharrells, I think Tyler the Creator could do a great job of putting together a project for
Yes.
her.
Yes.
Now that
Yes.
would sound fresh, musical, new, raw, all of those things.
Yes.
Somebody like that.
Like, I mean, how about this?
And it would give her some stuff that would be commercially viable that she would sound natural.
Well, how about this? Look at Conway's approach from a king to a god. It's like, no, you got a little bit of everybody on there.
Now you're right. I think
Hit Boy's on there. Havoc's on there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's
If
like,
you wanna
no,
look
like
at-
get out of that little chamber.
if she has a blueprint, I think that a blueprint for her would definitely be from a king to a god. She could pull that record off.
Yes, she can.
She could pull that off.
She very much can.
Yeah, no,
I
definitely.
I believe in her.
Yeah,
and I'm
I
not
believe
saying
in her
she's the
too.
best female MC walking necessarily. I know we got Sims, we got Cyrock.
It's something about her.
We
though.
love Love here.
Yeah.
We think Armani's the biggest star of the whole lot of them bubbling. We respect Lotto and what she's doing. Ice Spice, Glorilla been blowing up. No, I respect the game. But when I hear Shay, I hear some of what you hear. I hear some of that Beanie.
Exactly.
Like some of that, like, oh, here's what I'm saying, Mike.
That filler music. Like, I was surprised
Mike,
that she wasn't from Philly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mike, here's what I'm about to say is that, well, if she can consistently make even Feeling in the Air, that'll be. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree.
I thought Feeling in the Air. I remember Feeling in the Air came out January of the year that it came out. When that song came out, I said, this is the bar and the standard that all the other rap songs need to be judged by this year.
That's a special
That song's
record.
perfect.
Special record. And I think that, and that's high praise for me. Like, I think that she gives me what, Beanie Siegel, the Scarfaces, like, that music, that spitting that you could actually feel. Like, you feel those bars. And I can't think of a female MC or many MCs, period, that you could put in that chamber. And for her to have that ability, I think that's something to really double down on. Let me well shoot, I guess we pretty much covered everything, right?
Unless you got something else for me.
Yeah, I think we covered everything. Let me get to the rest of these super chats. LP says, that's what happens when you listen to fans. We could have a whole show on that. We could have a whole show on. But see,
well, this is what I'm saying.
That's the thing, though. We're in a space right now with the internet and social media where the artists have nothing. They have no choice but to listen to their fans. That's who they sell their merch to. That's who are coming to the shows. Who else are they supposed to listen to, right? I guess it's on the fans to let the artists know, like, yo, it's time to change it up and be cool with it.
I mean, see, this is what I'm saying about how, like, you do understand that Griselda got a Shady deal and a Rock Nation deal, and it wasn't by making popular music. It's because they made street music. This is a transitional time. Like, the streets got them to this point. So they obviously did something that was worthwhile and viable. Now, here's what I would tell you. You know what I think the whole camp really, really needs, Mike, and we can leave it on this? I think this camp specifically needs to center around Stove Purple Tape style and really make something special. Because just for me...
Not Benny?
How about this? Bar-wise, Mike, I do not think he's the best one in the crew. Do I think he is the best and the brightest of the whole flock, though? It's like I think he's the best hook writer. I think he's the most entertaining. I think he has the most infectious delivery. I think he has the most, not best, but most interesting voice. I think that camp would serve themselves very well by getting behind him Purple Tape style, as in we're making Stove's album, but everybody going to get off in the chamber. That means Rome needs to be there. Love, like all of them, Ransom, like 38. It's like, no. Because he's the guy.
You think he's the Ray of the core crew.
He's the key to their growth to what's next to me. That's why I've been saying he's a star. It's like, no. What he does next, if they can center around that and pull that off properly, that's the look for them. Because this is what I'm saying. He's charismatic enough, but still street enough that he's the guy in that camp that can give you that glaciers of ice and ice cream. He's that guy. And you center around that guy for your next movement. And so what I would like to see is his album this year, executive produced by West Side Gun, but all hands on deck. Like, I expect to hear an 18-track album. I expect to hear Benny, Boldy, Conway, Che, Love, Armani, 38, Rome, Skis. But I expect to hear them the right way, the same way we heard Wu-Tang the right way on the Purple Tape. You feel what I'm saying?
You're right. I think that's a great plan. What do you think is next for, what are your expectations for Benny and Hit Boy's project?
According to Hit Boy, they got some things cooking.
I mean, I heard one of the joints. It's crazy.
Hit me back on Twitter.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hit. No, I'm excited. You know, I don't know. I'm pretty certain Benny and all them watched the show. I say this, you know, and it's kind of funny because of the person who's on the song with him, Mike. But in hindsight, Mike, remember when you were like, one-way flight is the highlight of Burden of Proof? Mm-hmm. You were right, and more of that.
Yeah.
More of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, more of that.
Burden of Proof was after KD won, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
When KD won, then it went Burden of Proof.
Okay.
And then KD2 came out like 3 months. I don't know.
Well, you know what? I'm expecting this is going to be some great production on this new Benny album, because I think that I think KD1's dope. But what Hit Boy did on KD2 Magic and KD3, he stepped it all the way up. And for him to be going to Benny now, after what he just did on KD3, yeah, I think we're going to see a stark difference in, you know, what Burden of Proof was and what this album is going to be from a production standpoint. And I do think production is a driving force, and I think that we're going to hear a more intense Benny too. And I think we're going to hear some stuff that we can bang to. You know what I mean?
So, I mean, I can't stress this enough. So let's kind of end it like this. Well, Mike, you know what made me want to find out who the glove was, Mike?
Was
phone tap.
Yeah.
Phone Tap's a banger, Mike. Like
Yeah.
that beat bang, Mike. That's why I'm like, who this nigga? I'm like, Chris the Glove Taylor, Mike. Since 1997, I've been trying to figure out who the fuck Chris the Glove Taylor. Like, who did Phone Tap? It says Chris the Glove Taylor. I was like, who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? Because that beat, that you see what I'm saying? And so sometimes I'm not even saying go to a specific producer. It's like, no, go create that feeling. Hit Boy has proven that he is great about providing a feeling to New York artists. Have you heard 30?
Yeah.
Can I introduce you to maybe Spicy?
Yeah.
Or 27 Summers? Or Blue Benz? Or Brunch on Sunday? You get what I'm saying? No. He's shown producer-wise, there's plenty of places you can go as an MC. Are you going to go there?
Okay, before we close out of here.
Phone Tap ain't cool, Leroy. Damn you, it's one of the best beats ever.
Of KD3, and we can throw Magic in there.
Eminem love Phone Tap, Mike.
What are three what are three beats that Hit Boy did from those projects that you could hear Benny on?
From KD3?
And you can throw Magic in there too if you want to.
No, we're leaving Magic out of it.
We'll leave Magic out? Okay.
KD3?
Mm-hmm.
Fun. Yeah, Fun. Reminisce.
I thought about
that. We can rap over Reminisce.
Reminisce would be a hit for him, I think.
Reminisce would be big for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like imagine him getting that Mary sample for his first single.
Yeah.
Like with some of his block talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reminisce and Fun come to mind immediately. Let me run down the track list in my mind.
You think you could pull off Legit?
I was thinking about Legit. Legit's sneaky hard though, Mike.
Yeah.
Legit's one of those beats that it's like, oh, you love rapping to it, so you have to rap to it. You know what I'm saying? Right. I could see I'm on Fire maybe.
Okay. I can see that.
Because he's got that choppy, aggressive flow, so I could see him weave it a little differently than Nas.
No, I like it.
Yeah. So Reminisce, I'm on Fire and Fun, which, by the way, all rang out in the Garden rather nicely.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this Hit Boy and Benny project. I think that we're about to get an Album of the Year contender. Double E TV Media with the Super Chat says, M granted Slaughterhouse their release when the group was under contract. M always hold Royce down.
That's what I'm saying. So, Mike, that's what I was saying when I was talking behind the scenes and telling you it's like, well, M does a lot of things. Like, look at his team. That's what I'm saying. It's just like, no,
of course he does. I just want him to
get straight.
I just want him to get on wax and go head up with a credible MC. That's just me.
No, and I get it, Mike, and there's nothing wrong with that. But here, you want to know what? Jay changed things so much for all the ancillary things that MCs do to make themselves viable. And so we can't change the ancillary things that M does too, just because he doesn't do some of the core things that we like. No, he does a lot of those ancillary things. I told you. You know, Shade 45 is bigger than anything Jay's ever done for artists. Just,
Bigger than Tidal?
Fuck yeah.
I disagree with that.
Mike, no. Tidal ain't broke nobody. He just broke off a check for Rihanna and Beyonce and Jay and whoever was big enough at the time to be involved. You got to be at a certain level to get down with Tidal. You just got to be nice to get on Shade 45, Mike. Big difference.
I guess I don't really look at it like that. But
you gotta jump through hoops to get Jay's love, to get M love. You just need to be nice. There's something to be said for that.
And that's what Shade 45 is. Like, it's no payola. You just jump on there, you nice, and you get on.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the brick talk on Fun, Mike, if Benny did Fun?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it, man. All right, well, shoot. I guess that's pretty much it, man. Like, what are we doing with the Monday matchup before we get out of here?
No, Mike. You done talked some of this.
Yeah, I want It Takes a Nation. I'm picking 9 songs, and we're going.
If that's what you want to do, that's fine.
That's what I want to do.
No. I think that's, Mike, first of all, taking 9 songs from It's a Nation, that's your best bet. But here's what
should I take Only Built for Cuban Links?
Right, Mike. That's what I want, because I know we only got a month left, Mike. Now, Illmatic is my number 1, but Only Built for Cuban Links and Aquemini are my number 2 and 3. And I've always been fascinated about how they pair up. So I'm cool with doing the It Takes a Nation 9 best songs versus Illmatic, but I want Purple Tape versus Aquemini.
Okay, we can do that.
on a personal level, I want Purple because I think song wise it matches up pretty close. I might have to cut Heaven and Hell and Wu Gambino's.
You know, I hate to say this as a big Aquemini proponent. That's gonna be a tough hill to climb.
I mean, Mike, you just gave reference to Aquemini being better than Illmatic, though. So you're gonna have to sit on that.
I think Purple Tape could be possibly the greatest hip hop album ever, too. I mean, like I said, I think there's 5 or 6 albums that are in that conversation.
So here's what I tell you. So Illmatic is my number 1 based on degree of difficulty. But if we're talking about how an album sounds, if you were to tell me that, well, the Purple Tape, Aquemini, and Doggy Style sound better than Illmatic, I would tell you, okay, degree of difficulty still puts Illmatic at number 1. But those 3 albums specifically and Paid in Full come to mind immediately. And It Takes a Nation, of course.
I wish Paid in Full had enough songs. I would love to go ahead up.
No, Mike. You can still do that. I'll cut songs off Illmatic if you want to do Paid in Full, Mike.
Really? Hold on.
Yes.
You do understand that Paid in Full contains I Ain't No Joke, My Melody, I Know You Got Soul, Move the Crowd, Paid in Full, as the rhyme goes on, and Eric B is president.
Mike, if you want to catch some of this smoke, we can do Paid in Full versus Illmatic.
I just don't have enough songs. That's the problem.
Like I told you, I'll cut it down to 7. Matter of fact, Mike, if you want, we can cut it down to 7. And then we can do the Purple Tape Aquemini thing. We can do it all in one episode. We can get the Rakim Nas thing out the way with Paid in Full Illmatic, and then we can do the Purple Tape Aquemini thing, and we might be able to fit it in one episode.
Okay. So you really want to... Okay, so you're cutting one time for your mind, right?
You're damn right.
And you're probably cutting half time.
Mike, you're so intelligent.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I'm cool with that. Okay, we got 7 songs.
Fine.
I just need 4 wins.
No, this is how it's supposed to be. It's like, because how about this? It's like on my list, it's like, well, Illmatic is number 1, but Paid in Full is like 4, 5, or 6. It's like, no, it's totally viable.
Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can get 4 wins out of this. You know what it's going to come down to?
Probably the record that we would just versus Paid in Full.
I don't think so. I think it's going to come down to what you and I were talking about. Life's a B and My Melody.
I told you, Mike.
That's what it's going to come down to.
It is. Yeah, I'm cool with that, Mike.
I'm cool with that, too. I like my chances.
So we got a little Paid in Full Illmatic and a little Purple Tape Aquemini. I'm like, that's 4 of my top 5. We just need some Doggy Style action.
Right. Doggy Style, I don't think we got any access to that.
No, nobody wants that. Mike, all jokes aside, as much as I love Illmatic, don't nobody want to go head to head with Doggy Style though, Mike. Just for banger effect. For banger effect, don't do that to any album.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like, how about this, Mike? I love some Life's a Bitch. Like, like that would go up against Gin and Juice, right?
You're not gonna win that.
Not winning that, Mike.
Yeah,
Memory Lane would go. Mike, Memory Lane would be up against Murder Was the Case. Halftime would be up against the Shiznit.
Yeah, Doggy Style's a different beast.
Doggy Style's a problem for everybody in the streets, Mike.
All right, everybody enjoy their weekend. Great show. Love when we have to talk about when we have new music to talk about. Like and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button again. If you're listening to us on any other platforms, hit that bell icon so you know when we're going live. Any other closing thoughts, Coop, before we get out?
No. Like and subscribe to our page. We're gonna be out in the streets more this year. Subscribe to my backup podcast, Mirror Music. My channel, Coop is Problematic, is coming with content soon. I've been working through and nuancing some things. I finally got some stuff that may bubble. I'm gonna be like offering something different to the table, and like look at it like a little According to Hip Hop After Dark featuring Coop coming soon. But
nice.
Yeah, subscribe and like all the pages. Peace, everybody.
Peace, everybody.
Yeah.